Hello everybody, my name is Baer and this is Punch Club. It's a new tycoon fighting game, I guess is what I would call this, published by tinyBuild, made by Lazy Bear Games, who I love entirely based on their name itself. It's a game I've actually played a little bit of already. You saw here I've got my bear character who's into day, or that's week? No, that's day 127, I believe, yeah. I was going for a strength build on this character, which some of you may understand, a lot of you may not. We'll get into it very soon here. I'm just going to jump right into the start with a brand new character here in Punch Club, and we'll get the very Daredevil / quintessential boxing story introduction to Punch Club's very insane storyline is really the only thing I can call it. Someday you'll be better than me. Your potential is limitless. Take care of your amulets. They will help you to uncover your abilities. Your mom is calling you. Don't make her wait. It might be important to note that we apparently are a twin, according to that cutscene. I didn't even realize that until just now. I know that you'll never listen to me. Death is the only choice you have. No, the character we just met. Why? Don't cry, son. You have to be strong. Stronger than me. Promise me you will train hard. And when the time comes, you have to be ready. Wah. So, kid, you're alone now, just like me. Your father lent me a hand when I was in trouble. So now it's my turn. I'll take care of you. Deal? Yes, stranger. I'll happily accept. And that's the rundown. Welcome to Punch Club. Hello? Still sleeping? Take your lazy ass off the couch and go to work. How's that for a plan, huh? Yeah, I don't like it. Anyway, I'm not giving you another cent. Go find a job, you lazy bum. No thinking about jobs. I need to work out and have breakfast. Here's the tutorialized segment of Punch Club. If they don't break down things well enough, I'll try my best to give you guys the gist based on my experience with the game so far. It's a very addicting game. That much is just a given with this sort of style of thing. It hooked me really easily. I've already got something like 10 or 11 hours into it just from my first attempts, my first playthrough. But I've learned quite a bit now as a result of those attempts. I've learned a lot that I'm glad that I learned, because it's the sort of stuff that isn't really that intuitive, unfortunately. There's a couple of things in this game that you're better off just looking up and seeing, like, what the hell is going on here? To make sure that you're readily aware of everything you can use to your advantage. But now that we've gotten to this stage, or now that I've gotten to this stage, I should say, I feel a little bit better about starting fresh with you guys. So here's the overworld. Here's the world map that we're going to be using quite a bit. This is going to allow us to go from place to place. This is our house that we can use to rest, to eat. If we've got food in the fridge, we also sleep here on this couch to recover energy, which is one of our main 4 stats here in Punch Club. You've got your health, which affects your in-fight health. Food down to 36% right now, which is kind of bad. We'll fix that in a little while. Mood, which affects your training, and then I think also has an impact on a couple of other things we might run into later on. And then your energy, which you recover, as I mentioned, by using the couch, which I think we can upgrade too. Let's go ahead and head over to work, though. This is something that we're going to be doing quite a few times. We're going to go by foot here simply because we have so few dollars at the moment. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Wherever that is. Sure, take my... I kind of want to go with this one. I'm just curious to see what happens if we tell them, yeah, sure. This is how I interact with thugs. We're going to start a fight, though. And look, it's Clippy, or Sippy, maybe, given his current state. Now you have to choose skills that your character will be using during the fight round. Fill all empty slots. Here is the pre-fight screen. Right now we're pretty limited in our selection of moves, but eventually we are hoping that this will fill up with some pretty sweet skills. For now, we're going to go with punch and block. Going up against Big Bo. This does not look like we have any chance at all. Let's find out. Good punch. Good start, yeah. We might have grazed him a little bit. I think he might know that we're here physically at this point. This is like way better than any other time that I've had this fight, though. Usually that ends in like 3 seconds. That time I showed him I mean business, right? I should train harder. You just finished your first fight. Well done. I saw you fight. That was pretty impressive. Now, this is actually an important interaction here. These three are going to the selection we make out of these three is going to dictate the kind of character that we have moving forward. So I can either choose to have a great right hook, aka good arms. They used to call me legs at high school, which is pretty straightforward. Or I can be quick, which usually ends up leaning toward agility. I'm sort of thinking I'm gonna choose the great right hook this time. You really got some strong arms there, buddy. It always helped your mom carry the groceries home. Well, you should be doing that anyway, even if you don't have strong arms. Come on. That's just cordial. Freshen yourself up and come to my office, then we'll have a talk. There is... Oh, I thought it was like Oscar the Grouch back there. No, that's just a raccoon. Okay, I see. Would be great if you visit Apu at his store. Tell him I still haven't gotten my meat delivery. If you know what I mean. Ha? Yeah. That's gross. Need to visit Apu's shop as well. So there we go. Let's head over to Mix, though, and just have a quick conversation with this old guy. I should give him the old geezer voice, shouldn't I? Yeah, he's like our old mentor. He's gonna be our Grandpa Baer of this run, I guess.
I told you before that you have potential. I can make you a champion. It's a long road, and you have to take the first step yourself. There is an amateur fight league in my friend's gym. If you can prove your worth, I will train you. Go to Silver's gym. You can work out there if you're tired of doing it at home.
Silver's.
If you'll be short on money, come to me and I'll feed you.
It's actually important to note that as well. If you need food and you're desperate for it and you have really no other means of acquiring it, Mick will provide.
You want to buy me dinner? I know that you have money.
Well, come on, Mick. We just met. Jeez, a little straightforward there, huh? He wants to date me. Let's go to the gym. Hi, Mick said that I can train here.
Big Mick. I thought he didn't care about boxing anymore.
I'm Silver. I guess he can train here. For now, at least. You met Silver? He's a douche.
I think Mick told you about our rookie league. You're welcome to participate.
5th place is our goal. Not a very lofty goal. We're not really setting our sights too high at the start.
Looks like you know how to fight.
You want to spar with me? Yes! Absolutely. Let's see if I can get our ass kicked twice in the first 5 minutes of the episode here. This is another important element, though. Spar fights with Silver are going to be what acquires us skill points in the early goings here. And skill points are extremely useful. While you do want to build up your stats quite a bit in this game, namely the strength, agility, and stamina that we're going to be looking at a little bit more later, your skill points and acquiring new skills is debatably much more useful. Being able to dominate your enemies with a superior skill set ends up winning you quite a few fights, I think, in the later stages of the game. I haven't really gotten that far, to be honest. I've had, like, as I mentioned, 8 or 9 hours invested into a single playthrough. I've only gotten to about day 119, but I haven't actually made that much progress in the game, so I've still got a ton of stuff left that I haven't seen. So if you're worried about me having spoiled a lot of the game for myself, that is not actually a concern. We're going to see a lot of new stuff together. I am doing extremely well in this sparring fight somehow. I have no idea how we're draining his energy down to 0. You see this, though, the energy which is required to actually use offensive attacks, most defensive attacks, or most defensive moves as well, do consume some of your energy bar. We're staying alive, though. This is extremely bizarre. He's gonna knock me down at some point here, but I've held my own in this sparring fight. There we go. Well done. Get a little bit of happiness out of that, lose some health. That's typically, as I mentioned, going to provide us with skill points. I guess it just doesn't do it for the first one, though.
Not bad, but you're out of shape. You can train in my gym, not for free, of course. But since you know Mick, I'll give you a discount. Well done.
Need to reach level 5, one of your parameters. Hey, Sippy! You have a possibility to sign up for a league fight. It is indicated by a yellow exclamation point on the league's button. There we go. Let's have a look. Sign up for the Score League. This is what we're competing against right now. You can actually click on all these guys as well to check out what sort of skills they're rocking. This guy's just got punches and basic stuff, but the higher set of skills that we're going to be looking at is stuff like this. So Salvador Punches is currently rocking the top spot in the leaderboards here. He's got stuff like the flip kick, the roundhouse kick, wind flow, dodge, all kinds of cool shit. And he's got some perks as well, which makes him a much tougher opponent down here. You'll understand quite a bit more of this, again, as I mentioned, as we go through things. But let's head over to the gym and begin to actually upgrade our stats and start to sort of focus and decide on what it is we're actually going to do here. So given the choice that I made prior to actually beginning the game to have stronger arms, that's making me think maybe we go for more of a strength build this time around. A little while ago, agility was the way to go. Almost everyone was using agility builds just because they were so much stronger than just about everything else. But I'm going to go for strength this time and see if maybe that pans out a little bit better for me. Maybe even go for a little bit of agility in addition to the strength. But that doesn't really work out as well as a lot of other things. So this is how you build your stats here. For each machine, you get a different sort of stat increase. The bench press is going to be primarily strength. In fact, I think it might only be strength that you get from the bench press. Over here, if you do the sledgehammer on the tire, you get all kinds of stuff. You get a lot of strength and, well, no, actually, I think it's mostly agility and stamina that you get from this. Might even be the majority stamina that you get from the sledgehammer over the head. And, man, I wish I knew the names of these exercises. I feel like I should. I'm not like a total stranger to the gym, but I couldn't tell you. This is the lift your torso up above the horseshoe workout. You know, the world-renowned exercise. Unfortunately, though, we are low on food, which means we're not going to be able to work out anymore. Our guy can only work out to the extent that his stomach allows him, so we're going to have to fix that. Let's head over to Mick, actually, and get some free food, and then maybe come back and work out a little bit more. Oh, right, we have money. Okay, yeah, so he's not going to give us that meal if we got cash ourselves. So let's go to the grocery store, meet up with Apu, even ask about the meat delivery, too. Completing obstacles goals left and right. Look at me. Nick asked me to tell you that he's still waiting for his meat delivery. Oh, okay, I'll take care of it. I don't want to know about that exchange, honestly. But now, probably time to buy some meat ourselves, actually. Meat is one of the best things you can buy here in the grocery store. Frozen pizza's okay. A lot cheaper, but is going to be a little bit more, or a little bit less effective as a result. Yeah, I think we'll just go with the meat here and call that good. Head back home. Put some raw meat directly into my mouth hole. And go ahead and take a nap. And that should bring us through our first day. Relatively uneventful, but again, just sort of the tutorialized sections here. But this is the gist of it. There's a lot more exciting things, events that can happen. There's a lot of different places that we can go to and explore. But as far as the gameplay is concerned, you've seen the fights and you've seen the accrual of stats. I don't believe you've seen the skill tree yet, though, so I could go ahead and point that out as well. So this is what I'm talking about as far as actually acquiring new skills for your characters. So you'll start off with the really basic stuff, like we can unlock the kick or the dodge here if we wanted to, but we'll probably just stick with punch and block for now, honestly. We're going to unlock tactics learning pretty soon here, and then we're going to start getting into the more complex stuff. And eventually we'll be selecting a discipline as well here, so either the way of the bear, way of the tiger, or way of the turtle will be the route we take. And you know what? I might even consider going the way of the turtle here, because this is the only other one that I haven't looked into yet. It could be fun. Get infinite energy this way as well, which is quite nice. And then the bear... Oh, the bear strike! Well, we have to go for that. We have to go for that. Alright, yeah, fuck it. We're going way of the turtle. There is way of the bear, which... See, yeah, I know that too is sort of like an obvious one. I went with the way of the bear the first time, so I gotta avoid that this time. I think just having the bear strike at some point... That's gonna be worth working toward, in my opinion. So we'll go for that. For now, though, I think we need to go to work, actually, so we can make some money and be able to afford food. So let's go do that now. Working will drain your mood, unfortunately, and your mood you need to keep high in order to make your exercise more effective. So ideally here, we're not gonna have to work too much. We're gonna go over and grab some more food and probably just go back home and eat. Maybe take a quick nap after we do that. And then we'll be in pretty damn good shape for going back to the gym and getting a little bit more exercise in. And we might even be in good enough shape to actually win our first fight here. We're going to be going up against probably either Songmo or Hexor Lamacho in our first bout. So we're hopefully going to be able to... Well, actually, what we want to consider even ahead of that, ahead of getting our stats trained up, would be getting a couple of skill points and being able to beat him that way. But I don't think I'm going to be able to have enough money to do that. If we talk to Silver, we can select Sparring Fight, but that one costs, I believe, $20. So we need 30 bucks. total in order to use both the sparring fight and the gym. I think I'd rather honestly just count on stats to win this first one for me. If I can train really hard, get my stamina and strength up in time for this fight, we'll probably be okay. So the treadmill you want to use when you're trying to primarily build up stamina, and it seems like that might be a direction I go here. Yeah, heavy stamina plus strength, and then a little bit of agility at the end of it too. As you probably noted already, at the end of each day we lose some stats that we've accrued, which is, pretty true to real life. You're not going to be keeping your muscles on every day without working toward it. Rookie League fight is today, so if we want to boost these up to above 2 or even up to 3 actually would be nice. We're going to have to start working pretty hard at that. The squat is really good for us here for this build. It gets us both strength and stamina, so that's probably one of the workouts that I'm going to be focusing on a lot. I haven't actually allowed it to happen, but you'll see here if we stay on this exercise for too long, then our orbs will actually start to shrink in size, and they become, as far as I can tell, that just means that they become less effective. So you want to switch up the exercises so you're getting the maximum possible effect every time you do them. And with these both nearly being to 3, I think it actually might be time to focus a little bit more on the agility to sort of balance that out a little bit. So let me go over here and hit up the quick punching bag. See if we can't maybe get our agility up to 2 before our first fight. That would put us in a pretty good spot. And as long as we have time over here in the day, we can continue to train right up until the fight is scheduled. So it's not like a particular time of the day that we have to be ready to fight. We just need to make sure that we do it before the day elapses. Otherwise, we will have missed our chance. Luckily, we got up to 2 just before we hit our hunger breaking point. So I think we're ready to go. Let's go ahead. It's our first fight in the Rookie League. Let's make it happen. Up against Song Mo. Okay, so we've got a huge advantage here now with much stronger stats. We got a lot more hit points than him as well. We should be in pretty decent shape for this bout. It's going to be maybe the most boring fight you've ever seen, though. It's this is really the early stages of the Rookie League, right? It's 2 guys who only know how to use one hand to punch their enemies with. The other one is dedicated to blocking, so we got some really intense competitors here in the squared circle to start off with. That may be a term that's limited exclusively to entertainment wrestling. I'm not sure if I'm using that correctly outside of that context. My apologies if I've offended legions of WWE fans out there. I genuinely did not mean it. You don't have to hate me. Nearly through this one, though, Song Mo is just sort of a gimme opponent at the beginning stages here, so I don't know if he can win, honestly. I feel bad for the guy, going in here having to be the bottom feeder in the Rookie League forever. But that's, I guess, what you get for never training. We're gonna keep all your stats at 1. Maybe I shouldn't feel so much empathy for the guy. Sympathy is more like it. You pitiful human being. Go train! You're never gonna get any better, and they're not paying you. I know they're not paying you to be the bottom feeder of the league, so what are you doing, man? Find a new passion. Go be a model. You got a good body for that. That way you don't have to take a beating every day. There we go. At the end of the day, we get 60 happiness for the win, 3 skill points. Lose a little health because of the damage we took, but not that big of a deal. And we get more points for the league. And there we go. You have enough skill points to unlock a new skill or perk. Let's go have a look. Probably got to go with Tactics Learner here. This is the one that allows us to get further down into this tree. And then unlocking another active skill is actually going to be huge as well. You saw that we were only able to use 2 skills at the moment. Unlocking these is huge. It gives us the option to actually, use a lot of the stuff that we have unlocked here. Let's go ahead and get Tactics Learner, and let's get... I could go for the uppercut or the high punch. Both of these are going to be really effective here. Does not require much agility is nice, too. Greater energy consumption from the high punch. I think we go with uppercut. I think that's going to be my stronger play. And then that gets us closer to active skill. Muscle memory is good, too. That allows us to keep strength above 4. Does not let it deteriorate below that point. Meat Runner might be better, though. If I go into Meat Runner, that takes us to Way of the Turtle, which is where I do need to go. So maybe, yeah, let's go ahead and take the high punch now. Gets us closer to our actual goal. And then hopefully we can get up to 4 stamina pretty soon here, too, and be able to take advantage of that. All right, let's sign up for the next league fight. We've already got ourselves up to position 2, or position second to last is more accurate there. That's nice. Not too shabby. All right, where are we heading now? I need food, and I don't have any money, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to go beg Mick for a meal. Sorry, bud.
Here's your meal. Lazy piece of shit.
I think we've got enough energy to maybe go work one more time. So let's go do this and pick up some meat from the grocery store, and that will be the course of our day, I guess. Yep. That'll do it. Oh, man, so close. Come on. Come on. Let me finish. Please. Oh, God, I hate it when that happens. All right, so yeah, we're not going to be able to finish that one off. And unfortunately, what that means is we're going to have to work a little extra the next time we go there, too, because when you start a job, you have to do it for a little while until you can actually stop it again and hit the button. Starting to fight, that's good. Left my old fighting guide on the table. Maybe it'll help you. Maybe you should read it, Frank. Yeah. Yeah, or Baer, I guess is our name. How to train properly. Don't try to reach a high level on all 3 stats. Choose your way and try building your body around one general ability. Strength increases the damage of all your hits, also increases energy consumption during the fight. Agility increases your accuracy and chance to avoid enemy attacks. And stamina, which is the one we're going to be focusing on the most, increases energy regeneration during the fight and also increases your damage absorption. So with stamina, the stamina build that we're more than likely going to be going for, we want to find high energy attacks. So like that high punch, for example, that we found, we're looking for attacks like that that cost a bunch of energy to use, because with stamina, with a high amount of stamina, we are counting on our character's ability to just refresh and regenerate that throughout the entire fight. We're not looking to dodge attacks, as it mentions here. Agility is the stat that we're probably going to be letting fall down to, like, I guess like a third of what we're looking at stamina and strength most of the time. And we'll be going with the way of the turtle. And there it is. And as it mentions here as well, the skills learned is by far the more impactful facet of your training in the later stages of the game. So we got to make sure we focus on that as well. Fighting is fun. Doesn't it look like it? Boy, howdy, I can't wait to break all the bones in my body. Dadgum, that's a treat right there. All right, so I don't know about this. I think I need to... I think I need to just sleep until he needs to eat again. And then maybe just go to Mick one more time. I don't know if I've got any meat in here. I don't think I do. Oh, no, we do have a little bit of meat. Okay, so we don't necessarily need to go to Mick. Yeah, this will do the job, I guess. So let's just go ahead and have the pizza, too. Finish this job and see where we can go from there. I don't even know if I can get my stats back up here. It seems like we might just have to roll with the stats we've got. Oh, no, we got 2 days. Okay, so we got plenty of time to train. So let's go do it now. Yeah. Happiness is a little lower than I'd like it to be, but I think it's about time we get back to the gym. Let's go get some sparring points as well. Make sure we're taking advantage of that opportunity. These early sparring bouts, the skill points we get from these are actually invaluable, just because getting one skill point in the beginning stages can be a huge difference maker. It gets you a big advantage, potentially, if you can get one more skill going up against these earlier opponents. Our stats are going to be huge as well. We're going to get into the gym here, of course, as soon as we're done with the sparring fight. I'm glad they only do 2 rounds of this as well, because it's just the silliest little time waster. In fact, I sort of wish this was automated, because it doesn't really... It's not like watching this sparring fight happen. Well, I don't know. I guess if you want to try new skills out, or see if a new build is going to do any good, then the sparring fight would be a good way to do that. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, that's a really good way to utilize this. Okay, never mind. Forget my idea from before. It's good that they show you this. I'm in favor of it. There's 1 additional skill point. A little bit of happiness out of that, too, so I guess that was probably worth the investment already. Okay, let's go to the gym. Let's do it. We gotta keep that gym entry fee in mind. That is gonna be important. Go for the squats. Probably hit the squats, the treadmill, and the sledgehammer in that order for the most part. And that'll be the cycle that we maintain. I'll probably hit the punching bag as well, just to get a little bit of agility up. And just keeping an eye on the orbs here to make sure that we get maximum effectiveness. There we go. I've already done it out of order. Just don't trust me to do anything that I say I'm going to do. That's the bottom line, I guess. So I want to focus a lot more on stamina, though, is the thing. So I don't think I necessarily need to be doing as much strength training as I'm doing. Let's hit the treadmill just as often as I possibly can. Just make the stamina ridiculous. Eventually in this game, of course, we are going to be able to train on our own equipment. You know, like the idea of progression is not necessarily limited to the fighter, but it's also tied to his life. All kinds of stuff we're going to be able to do for him. He's going to have some interesting times, Mr. Baer. Get a little bit more agility here, some stamina back. We're probably going to have to get back to the gym, actually, in order to maintain this, unfortunately. I think we're going to drop down below 2 and 4 again for our next bout. Yeah, it's really unfortunate timing here. I think if we go back home, well, I don't know. We don't have any meat, do we? So we'd have to go to the grocery store to afford food, which I think I can do. I think I go to the grocery store. Oh shit! He's getting robbed. Do I look like a fool? Give me the rest. Hey, what are you staring at? Is it the pile of sausages on my head? I was just wondering how you'd sound without your front teeth. Oh, that's so badass. Kick some booty. Swap this off for the high punch, a much better skill now, if I can do it. There we go. High punch. The stats here, by the way, were a little confusing to me, so let me see if I can explain it well enough. You see the 3 plus the 0.9, that is simply referring to calculation it does with your existing strength stats. So anytime you see those symbols, it just correlates to these stats up here. And, well, actually, now that I look at it, it's very simple to understand. I think I was just confused at the start of it. But this is showing you the damage of your attack, the accuracy of the attack, and the energy consumption of the attack. And they are affected by various modifiers. This one has a strength of 6 whenever it lands. So very, very effective strike. Or a very, very effective strike early on in the game. Let's see if it carries me to victory here against this hooligan. This ruffian in the convenience store. I love how these Jay and Silent Bob are out here just chilling while there's a fucking fist fight going on with a burglary happening. Well, I guess that's pretty... Yeah, you know what? That fits their characters perfectly. Never mind. I like that they did that. I'm second-guessing myself an awful lot here and things that I didn't enjoy at the onset, but now I see the value. Doing quite well in this fight. Unfortunately, our energy is kind of low, so we might get knocked down. That's the adverse effect of burning through your energy quite quickly. Is if you get down to 0, you are susceptible to a knockdown from the opponent. But we are winning the health point battle quite substantially, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna do okay here. We just need to let ourselves recharge some energy, and there we go. Robber down! Well played, my friend. We prevented a crime for the first time. We are awesome. Oh, thank you, you almighty warrior. Watching you fight reminded me of an old friend. He was a great master. By the way, he needs some assistance in his restaurant. Ooh. Visit the local restaurant and ask Casey about a job. All right. I will very well do that. But first, some meat. Let's head here real quick as well. The cafe. There's Casey. Oh, see, you know this guy's cool. Apu from the store told me you have a vacancy. Ah, it's you! I'm Casey! Apu told me about your heroic actions. I need someone to deliver my pizza. That doesn't fit. That is not appropriate. Hey, you're the hero that beat up a burglar. Can you deliver pizzas for me? Sounds good to me, apparently. Alright, so now we've got the deliver pizza option here to make a little bit less money. It takes a lot less out of us to deliver pizza. As you saw over there, that's a much more difficult job, swinging a sledgehammer around at work. So we can use this as a secondary money acquisition tool. But for now, we're just gonna go home, grab some meat, maybe pop a soda too, why not, and then get some rest. And guys, that is going to do it here for our first episode of Punch Club. I know if you're like me, this seems like it went by super quickly, but we're gonna save our second fight. I know I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger. I'm the worst person in the world, and I'm sorry for that. But we'll have more Punch Club here. And if you'd like to pick up the game for yourself, this is not a sponsored video, by the way, but it is kind of, sort of in a tiny way sponsored, I guess. tinyBuild has provided me with a discount code that you can use with my affiliate link. So if you use the link down below in the description to pick up Punch Club for yourself, you can get, I believe it's 10% off with the code down there below. Check it out and see if you're interested. Using the affiliate link will get me a few bucks, so I appreciate it if you do that, but feel no obligation whatsoever to do so. And I will continue to play the game here on my channel as well. If you just want to watch it that way, feel free to do so. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed Punch Club, and let me know if you'd like to see more. Leave a like, too. Why not? Fuck it. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.